because we are lazy and we don't want to really work out, but we want to eat these foods, science is always trying to give you what you want. You know, hey, you don't have to work out. You can eat whatever you want and lose weight. Wow.
What?
So they come up with this new drug called WeGovy. Now, WeGovy isn't necessarily new. It's just a new name. You know how pharmaceutical companies always like marketing.
This is the remix.
Yeah, it's this remix. So they took a drug called Ozempic that's been out for
I know
years.
about that one.
Yeah, you hear the commercials. Oh, Ozempic, right? So
right,
they took Ozempic. Ozempic is for diabetes. It's a diabetes drug. But what they realized is like, wow, people on Ozempic lose weight. So let's take the active ingredient Ozempic, add a little bit more to it, call it WeGovy, and put it out there and say, yo, this is going to help you lose weight. And they also said, look, obesity is a drug like any other drug. So the reason why you can't lose weight is because you built like that. You can't lose weight no matter what you do. So you might have to get this drug.
Okay.
And you know, the HMOs, the people who have to pay for it, they're like, man, that sounds like some bullshit. We ain't paying for that.
Right.
But the pharmaceutical companies is trying to get the HMOs to pay for it, to say, hey, people are, you know, we have evidence that people are obese. It's in them. That's just genetically how they are. There's nothing they could do about it. And so we created this drug.
What a crock of shit.
So what I did, this is my next kind of, I've queued up a small story on this situation that's going on. I figured we take a look at it and you can give me some of your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
All right. So
yes, sir.
Let me try this again.
Surgery, there's been no highly effective treatment. Studies funded mostly by Novo Nordisk found, in combination with a low-calorie diet and exercise, 86% of people on the drug lost between 5 and 15% of their body weight after a year.
Over the past 5 years only, we've had this new field of medication that really works. Patients are finally getting some relief from this medical condition that has plagued them for a long time.
It is gratifying to see widespread knowledge now surrounding these medicines. Of course, that comes with a concern.
In scientific circles, Dr. Daniel Drucker is a big deal. His work laid the foundation for this new field of diabetes and weight loss medications using the drug semaglutide.
It works through receptors on cells.
Semaglutide tricks the brain. It mimics a hormone that regulates hunger and food intake. It slows down the emptying of the stomach so people feel fuller longer, potentially leading to weight loss. But studies also showed side effects, including stomach pain, vomiting, and fatigue. The drug also increases the risk of suicidal behavior and thyroid cancer.
These are medicines. They're not people take, and medicines can have
side effects, though. But let's continue.
Effects and need to be used appropriately.
Doctors also note the weight only stays off as long as you keep taking the drug.
I can understand why people want to believe that there's a quick and easy solution, but it's not there.
Dr. Nav Prasad says fad diets also offer quick weight loss that doesn't last, and he warns diet drugs have come and gone.
We've seen it happen many times where there were these heralded wonder drugs that turned out not to work or to harm or kill people.
In France, a diet drug that started as a type 2 diabetes treatment is now being blamed for thousands of deaths due to heart valve problems. Other drugs have had similar problems. Some, including endocannabinoids, have led to psychiatric side effects, including suicides.
I got to the point where I was about 360 pounds. I was hypertensive, had severe sleep apnea.
Ian Patton works for Obesity Canada, which receives money from Novo Nordisk. He's been taking Ozempic for 2 years and has lost about 50 pounds. Patton says for him, the benefits of easing other obesity-related problems outweighs the risk from the drug. But
It's not something that someone should be taking to lose that 10 pounds before they go, for their wedding or their beach vacation. This is for people who are sick.
So, Christine, I'm going to presume that this is an injectable drug?
That's right. So Ian, whom we just heard from, injects himself with it once a week, and it costs about $250 a month. But keep in mind, as we mentioned, if you want to keep that weight off, you have to take this drug for the rest of your life. So it becomes a larger expense. And also, there's no studies that have been done for anyone taking this drug for the rest of their life.
End it there.
All right. Well,
all right, son. I'm gonna let you go in. Go ahead.
Let me just use I'm not so great at math. Let's use the calculator on niggas one time. Hold on,
okay. All right. Borrow
250.
Oh, hey, carry the 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Right. Times 12. $3,000 a year to take this miracle drug.
Yeah. Not cheap.
All right. Nope. Not cheap. You know what is cheap though?
Mm.
And this is not an ad. They didn't pay us, but they should. And I wish they would. But Planet Fitness is $10 a month.
Planet Fitness.
Listen,
just don't eat the pizza and the Tootsie Rolls and you be all right. Just bypass that.
Son, $10 a month. It's a lot cheaper than $250 a month.
Yes,
Just saying.
sir. Mm-hmm.
Listen, I agree with the second doctor, Dr. Nav. There's a lot of shit that came and went, but the reason it came and went is because it's bullshit. I mean, I'm gonna just be frank here. I'm not gonna hold anything back. I think this is fucked up. And listen, the whole thing is manipulation, right? We're gonna convince you that you're sick and you need help, so pay us to help. But hold on, let's talk about the side effects, because you might commit suicide taking this drug. What?
Ooh.
What? Huh? What? Nah, we not. No. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
And son been on the drug for 2 years and lost 50 pounds.
Right.
That's not a lot.
Right. I'm not impressed.
I'm not impressed, because in 2 years you could lose a lot more than 50 pounds if you were injecting Planet Fitness every day.
Exactly.
And I'm just saying that because it's $10, but there are plenty of other Blink and Crunch and all these other gyms that are available. Listen, if you believe that you're sick and that's why you're obese, well, then you should consult a doctor, because I'm not a doctor. And you and your doctor can figure it out.
Right.
But in my opinion, as a person who once was 350 pounds,
come on now, let them know, brother.
What you really should do is get off your fat ass and go do something.
Mm-hmm.
Son, I'm dead serious. Like, come on, son. $250 a month, $3,000 a year, because you won't get up off your ass. Again, if you feel you're sick, you should consult a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But I once was 350 pounds. And in a year, I dropped down to 180 and like 20% body fat. Because I was in the gym 5 days a week doing lots of different things to make myself healthier, stronger, slimmer, etc.
Your priorities changed.
Now, yes. And so if you want to lose weight, and you want to take a miracle drug, then pay how you weigh, because that's what you're going to do. Just being honest, you're going to pay lots of money to take a drug. Now, why you got to stay on this shit for the rest of your life? Because like everything else, it don't really work if you're not taking it. It's not a mental thing. They're turning off receptors. They said it in the fucking video. And so this is literally mind manipulation.
Oof.
$250 a month for mind manipulation. Listen, if you want manipulation, I'll do it for free.
That's what we're doing.
What my man said in Inception, don't think about elephants. What are you thinking about right now?
Elephants.
Elephants. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Don't like, come on, don't take that shit.
Yeah.
If you have a problem losing weight, and there are lots of things you can try. You can speak to doctors, you can speak to nutritionists, you can speak to fitness trainers. There are lots of tools that you can do for much cheaper than $250 a month that will give you long-lasting benefits. Yeah. Speaking to a nutritionist is a great thing. I know someone who went to a nutritionist and it changed her life. She understood how she could still eat the things that she likes, but do it in smaller increments and smaller dosages and still live a life that she wanted. And by changing just her diet, she was able to shed a few pounds. Then she incorporated fitness and was able to lose more weight. There's a lot of things that you can do. There are a lot of tools available if you're willing to participate, if you're willing to try. But if you don't try, nothing will happen. That's true with anything in life. If you said, man, I'm broke, I really don't like that I'm broke, but I'm going to just stay home and not try to find a better job or try to find a side hustle or do anything to improve my financial situation. Well, guess what? You didn't try, and so you're still broke.
No doubt.
Well, if you're willing to try, there are lots of tools that society offers that are not injections. And so you should probably get off your ass and try. And you'd be surprised. I like to use the elliptical. I always tell people, hey, listen, forget about me and what I did. Here's a homework assignment. Go get on the elliptical for 30 minutes every day for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. It ain't even going to take that long. Just 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, tell me how your breathing feels, how your pants feel when you put them on, and how you feel internally, spiritually. Do the homework and come back to me in 2 weeks. Usually people be like, man, I fucking hate that elliptical, but my pants are already starting to loosen up and I feel real good after being on that shit. Forget about me. It ain't about me. Fuck my story. Fuck what I did. Just try it.
Right.
I'm not even talking about interval training or any of that shit. I'm saying just get on the elliptical for 30 minutes every day for 2 weeks, 14 days straight, no breaks. Tell me how you feel. Put it in the comments. Tell me how you feel.
No doubt.
That's it. Because you did something. You tried. It's just about starting. That's right. It. Yeah. Which we said, I think, last pod. It's just, yo, listen, you got to go do shit. Just injecting a drug, well, then, listen, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go inject a drug to lose only 50 pounds in 2 years or to lose a remedial amount that you could lose way more, like if that's the goal, if the goal is, hey, I want to be slimmer, there's mad shit you could do to be slimmer. Mad shit you could do right now at home for free that you could do right now. You could take a long walk. You could take an hour-long walk every day. Do that for 3 months, and I bet you're going to lose some weight.
No doubt.
There's mad shit you could do. Listen to this pod. We spoke about mad shit you could do.
Right.
Taking a drug is extreme, especially when it makes you feel shitty enough to possibly end your life.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Bro.
No.
Yeah, man.
That's my take.
Yeah. You know, you hit it on the head, bro. It's what's weird, right? It's like, okay, look at the mechanism of action, like you said. This drug is going to manipulate your certain brain cells, certain receptors in the brain so that you feel full. Okay. But the only way it really works is you have to still go out there and do exercise. You see what I'm saying? So it's working the way any other thing works. You have to go do exercise and it's make you feel full. So what? You eat less. So you still have to eat less and still go work out. The guy who they showed, what was he doing? Taking his dog for a walk. Okay. I'm going to share this one little part again because I feel like this is the main thing.
Calorie diet and exercise, 86% of people on the drug lost between 5 and 15% of their body weight after a year.
Over the past
So it's
5
like,
years.
let me stop. 86% of the people, right, lost weight. But how do they have to do it? Through diet and exercise. That's the other part.
Right.
Bariatric surgery, there's been no highly effective treatment. Wharton studied Ozempic for the drug maker. Studies funded mostly by Novo Nordisk found, in combination with a low-calorie diet and exercise, 86% of people on the drug lost between 5 and
All right. So in combination with a low-calorie diet and exercise. She says it so fast you can barely hear it.
Hold on. No, you ain't do nothing wrong. Did you? I didn't even peep it the first time, but did you peep that the doctor did studies for the drug company?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. So, he's getting a little, of course, but this is the way it works though. So it's like I said, she said so in combination with a low calorie diet and exercise. So is it really the drug or is it the low calories and the exercise? There's no, we went through this last time. There's no magic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's no magic trick. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. Low calories and exercise. That's the secret. That's what's it. It's the boring thing. You know what I mean? Right. You're looking for real magic, son. You keep asking me about real magic. I only know one way to do it. It's only one way. Low calories and exercise. It's the boring thing.
Got to use a body double.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's the only way I know how to do the transporting.
That's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. And so if you're not getting into a routine of low calories and exercise, you can take all the drugs you want. That's the most important thing I'm trying to say here is that, sure, take the drug. But if you haven't gotten your mind and your body into a routine of low calories and exercise, all the drugs in the world ain't going to help you. And they say it's so fast, you focusing on the drug part and not on the, in combination with low calories and exercise. We talked about this, I think, when our early pods, like no matter what new thing came out, whether it was hip hop abs or the Thigh Master or whatever, they were always having those little fine prints. In combination with a low calorie diet and exercise. Right. It's like, no, you trying to minimize the main thing. The main thing is the exercise and a low calorie diet. It's not your hip hop abs. It's not your Thigh Master. It's not your new, whatever bullshit new thing they come up with. It's not the new latest drug, but they do. And they're so successful at that because they know one thing. Most people are lazy sons of bitches and they want a quick, easy magic bullet. Just take this and in 2 weeks, all your fat is going to melt off. And people are willing to pay whatever it is they need to pay so that they don't have to get up, like you just finished saying, get their fat asses up and take responsibility. I'm too fat. I'm so fat that nothing works. I need help. And we're not saying, and we've never said, you need to be a size 1 or 0 or, look like some Hollywood dude or whatever. That's not the goal, right? Yeah. The goal is to, you feel that you're obese. You feel like, you don't want to look like Lizzo all the time. All right. So now let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Come on. All right, cool. That's what's up. Because you realize, that's unhealthy. I don't want to be like that. That's unhealthy. Like you just said, you was 300 something pounds. You knew, okay, if I continue this, and like I always tell you, the thing about you is that you were so young, you know what I mean? That it's like, all right, now that you're a little bit older now, it's like, man, that was a great time in your life to be like, let me get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rather than being in your 30s and say, okay, now I'm going to get it together. And there's nothing wrong with you are in your 30s, you need to get it together, or your 40s or your 50s or whatever. The earlier you start, the better. Right. And that's the only point I'm trying to make here. So, yeah, man, I agree. Like, relying on drugs or surgery or whatever quick fix we're trying to get, it goes right back to the basics: low calorie diet and exercise. And as you were saying, that we both saying, exercise don't mean you have to be in the gym, don't mean you have to be on an elliptical, doesn't mean you have to do 2 hours of cardio, doesn't mean you have to do bench press. You find the activity you like. You have a dog like this guy had in the piece. He walks his dog. Just that simple. That's his exercise. Okay, great. You're out walking. Walk for an hour. Walk for 2 hours. Perfect. You know, get it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And there's only one way to do the real transporting, man.
You know what I mean?
It's only one way. It's a body, though. You know what I'm saying? So
magic trick. Yo, man.
Magic trick.
We can leave it right here. There was a lot that we went through. I know you got to go. We can pick up the other one later. I feel like this was two good stories. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, no, I agree. I just, I think it's sad. Just last thing I want to say, and then we can end it. I think it's really sad that we're at a point where, we know 60% of America is obese. Yes, and listen, to me, it's not to pick on anybody. I fall in the obese category. Obese only means that you weigh more than you're supposed to by a certain number. That's it. It doesn't mean that you weigh 500 pounds or you're on my 600-pound life. Obese only means that you are in a surplus of weight by an X amount.
Yeah.
That's it. And so I fall in the category of obese. It's not to pick on anyone. And to be even more transparent, I like my women obese. You know what I'm saying? I don't like pencils. I don't discriminate, but I like my women thick, melanated, and educated. And so it's not to pick on anyone, right? What I'm saying is, 60% of America is obese. We have a problem. There's no negating that. But there are many tools we can use to solve the problem. And I think it's sad that, one, we've allowed ourselves as a nation and as a populace to become so obese. And two, that we're not trying to really solve the problem in the ways that we can. There are so many things available to us that are not drugs that we can do. That we can use to help ourselves. Yeah. And it starts with educating ourselves, which is the pod, which is Google searches, which is YouTube University, as I like to call it. Lots of things you can do to educate yourself on diet and on fitness. It's part of what this pod is for, to educate and help other people, right? And the second thing is putting in effort, prioritizing. If we prioritize and say, hey, every day I'm going to go for a 1 hour walk, well, then you're going to see results and you're going to feel better, because really that's what it's about. A lot of people are feeling bad on the inside because of the way that we see ourselves, because of the way our clothes is fitting, right? We don't like it. We say, man, I hate the way these mediums are fitting me lately. Or, man, I don't really want to look at myself too much because I don't like that. These back rolls are coming in. Or whatever it is. Really, it's about you. It's not about me or Dre. It's about you. And so if you feel fucked up, if you feel like I need to make a change, well, then these are the ways to do it. You don't need to take a drug. And again, like I said, just one more time, because I'm not a medical physician. If you feel like, man, I have a problem and I need external help, then you should speak to a physician and see what are the best options for you, because there are lots of things you can do. We don't need to be taking drugs to solve the problem. There are plenty of food and dietary things that we can do that will make a big difference. And when you add that with the fitness, which they're telling you, even if you're taking the drug, you have to do, then you'll see changes.
Yeah. Just
so
make sure.
My last piece.
Yeah. Just make sure, as you just discovered, that physician you go to see is not in line with the drug company, because we know that happens.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. But you go to see that physician, and that physician's like, "Oh man, how long you been? How long you been this way? Oh well, they have this new drug to help you, and you don't realize that physician has been paid to push the drug. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you want to get a unbiased opinion when you,
Right.
you know, an unbiased medical opinion. And, you know, when you go see that doctor or nutritionist or whatever, dietitian, no doubt.